Pain is a different ballgame. Pain is you get hit. You are met with so much resistance that you can't move forward. It hurts. It is actually just painful. Pain is a fact. Suffering is a truth, or the truth, or the lack of it. His question is that in a world which is full of power play, where most people are trying to have their way, and in doing so, when we are trying to have our way, we tend to manipulate the other person, whether that's with our behavior, our attitude, our tears, our words, our absence of words, our expressions, our thoughts, or whatever. And then how to remain in a state where you're not hurt even when you are taken advantage of, even when somebody just uses you and throws you like a napkin or something. What to do? First of all, it's, I think, very important to remember, I don't think it's possible to remain in a state like that forever, that you just don't get hurt. Because emotional pain is as real as physical pain. When somebody hits another person physically, or let's say you stub your toe, you will feel pain. Doesn't matter how awakened you are or what kind of a pahalwan you may be. Right? You may be very strong, you may be a strong man or whatever, you will still feel that pain. Similarly, when somebody is emotionally invested in something or mentally invested in something, when we are jolted out of it, or when there is something that happens to the contrary, on the contrary, like to what we thought, it is going to cause some hurt. The issue is not that it causes hurt. The point is, how quickly can you get over it? And B, what do you do when you're hurt? That's a more important question, because repeatedly when you do what you do in that state is what will become your coping mechanism. So what matters is, what do we actually do when we are hurt? This lady went to the chemist, a pharmacist, and she said, "Excuse me, I need to speak to you in private." "Okay, lady, what do you want?" "I'd like some potassium cyanide." "Cyanide," he said. "I can't give you cyanide just like that. What are you going to do with it?" She said, "I'm being honest with you. I'm going to kill my husband. He loves tea, and I'll make it for him, laced with this." He said, "That's scary for you to even say that. There is no way I will give you a substance like that." And then she pushes an envelope onto the counter. He opens it. In the envelope, there's a picture. The picture is of the pharmacist's wife with that lady's husband. He looks at the picture, he says, "Ma'am, you didn't tell me you had a prescription for this." Right away. "Would you like 3 or 2 doses?" So everybody at some point in time gets hurt, because that's what life is. Experiencing those ups and downs, experiencing those emotions and learnings. But what do we do in that hurt is what matters the most. And that's where mindfulness plays a big role, or our own spiritual attitude plays a big role. What is the perspective we wish to take at that point in time? Many years ago, I shared this story. A very beautiful soul was dying. And it's a real story. Everybody around him said, "You've done so much good all your life, and we see you as Bhagwan. Why do you have to go in and out of hospitals and so on? Why do you have to suffer like this? He said, it's not suffering. मेरा इस डॉक्टर से कुछ हिसाब किताब अभी बाकी था, बस थोड़ा सा. There was some unfinished business, karmic business with this doctor, and I'm just finishing that. So when we think we are suffering, basically what we are saying is, I believe what is happening to me is wrong. Pain is a different ballgame. Pain is you get hit. You are met with so much resistance that you can't move forward. It hurts. It is actually just painful. Pain is a fact. Suffering is a truth, or the truth, or the lack of it. So it's not possible. We should not expect to be in a world where we won't ever be hurt. When you're hurt, say to yourself, well, this will also pass if I don't cling to it. And you let it go. You choose the route that I'm going to protect myself, and I'm just going to be a spectator as much as possible. That's my answer.